The highlights of today's defense news, 15th of September 25. Raksha Mantri approves Defense Procurement Manual 2025. Delivery of ANDROTH, the second anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft to the Navy. Launch of DSC A-22 third ship of the 5 diving support craft project. A Russian technical delegation set to visit Hindustan Aeronautics to assess suitability for the manufacturing Su-57E stealth jets. AVNL bags 2 contracts worth 2,565 crores from Army to overhaul 40 T-90 MBTs and 100 BMP-II ICVs. Godrej Enterprises signs deal with Safran to build LEAP engine parts. Large reactor to anchor India's 100 GW nuclear power push, SMRs in supporting role. Indian Air Force to acquire 400 inflatable decoys that mimics radars, thermal signatures of fighters and air defense systems. In the global highlights, Finland's Bittium redefines tactical communication with fully digital battlefield network. Denmark selects Franco-Italian SAMP-T air defense missile system over US Patriot PAC-3. NATO launches Eastern Sentry to strengthen Poland air defense against Russian drones. Australia to spend $8 billion on nuclear sub-shipyard facility. Skunk Works and BAE Systems back EW Punch to co-develop autonomous air systems family. Thales secures first export deal for HF-XL radio systems with Malaysia. ICE launches high-performance Gen 4 satellite for commercial operations. A look at the news in detail. The Defence Minister of India has approved the Defence Procurement Manual 2025, streamlining and enhancing procedures for defence acquisitions. The manual aims to simplify processes, promote indigenous manufacturing, and improve self-reliance in defence production. Covering nearly 1 lakh crore rupees in operational and sustenance spending, it replaces legacy bottlenecks with mechanisms that empower low-level financial authorities and simplify vendor engagement. A key focus is on promoting indigenization with relaxed norms for prototype development, capped penalties, and assured orders extending up to 5 years, 10 in exceptional cases. The manual introduces a dedicated chapter for R&D collaboration with IITs, IISc, and industry, encouraging academia defense partnerships. It also removes the requirement for no objection certificates from DPSUs, making open bidding more accessible to MSME startups and private players. Aligned with the Ministry of Finance norms, DPM 2025 embraces digital tools and accountability measures to enhance ease of doing business while supporting jointness across services. Overall, it reflects a strategic shift towards a more inclusive, innovation-driven procurement ecosystem. News from the Navy. ANDROTH, the second of the 8th ASW SWCs, that is the anti-submarine warfare shallow water craft being built by GRSE, was delivered to the Navy on 13th of September at GRSE. The name ANDROTH holds strategic and symbolic significance derived from the Androth Island in the Lakshadweep archipelago, underscoring India's commitment to safeguarding its vast maritime territories. These ships, approximately 77 meters in length, are the largest Indian Navy warships propelled by a diesel engine water jet combination and are equipped with state-of-the-art lightweight torpedoes, indigenous ASW rockets, advanced shallow water sonar, enabling effective submarine detection and engagement in littoral zones. The launch of DSC A-22, the third ship of 5 diving support craft project being built by Titagarh Rail Systems for the Navy, was undertaken on 12th of September at Titagarh, Kolkata. These ships are designed to undertake diving operations in coastal waters and are being fitted with state-of-the-art diving equipment. They are catamaran hull ships with a displacement of approximately 380 tons. News from the industry and some contracts. AVNL has secured two major contracts from the Indian Army worth a combined 2,565 crore rupees. The deal involves the complete overhaul of 40 T-90 main battle tanks and 100 BMP-II infantry combat vehicles, reaffirming AVNL's crucial role in sustaining India's mechanized forces. The contracts cover complete restoration, system upgrades, and performance enhancements to extend and ensure the service life and reliability of the platforms. The contracts are comprehensive in scope, covering full restoration, performance upgrades, and system enhancements, thereby extending the operational life and reliability of the Indian Army's frontline platforms. These initiatives fall within AVNL's mandate for the entire product life cycle of armored fighting vehicles, including design-linked manufacturing, repair, upgrades, and long-term sustenance. AVNL currently has an overhaul capacity of 120 T-series tanks annually, but recognizing the Army's growing demand, it is actively expanding that capacity to 230 tanks per year. Such scaling up ensures the Army's aging but potent T series platforms remain battle worthy until the deployment of next generation systems. Godrej Enterprises Group's aerospace division has secured a significant 5-year contract from Safran Aircraft Engines to manufacture critical components for LEAP engines, one of the most widely used next generation power plants for narrow body aircraft. The scope of the contract involves the development and production of titanium based complex ventilation assemblies, parts that demand advanced machining, precision welding, and stringent non-destructive testing to comply with the rigorous safety and performance standards of civil aviation. This mandate highlights India's growing competence in producing high-precision, technologically complex aerospace components that form an integral part of global supply chains. The LEAP engine, jointly developed and manufactured by CFM International, a 50-50 joint venture between GE Aerospace and Safran Aircraft Engines, powers leading aircraft families like the Airbus A320neo, Boeing 737 MAX, and Comac C919, making it central to modern commercial aviation. India's nuclear power roadmap under the National Nuclear Energy Mission will lean heavily on large reactors to achieve the target of 100 gigawatts by 2047, with small modular reactors contributing a smaller but strategic share. NPCIL is tasked with adding 50 gigawatts, while NTPC will contribute 30 gigawatts, both relying on pressurized heavy water reactors and pressurized water reactors. India is also moving ahead with imported designs like the French EDF EPRs for Jaitapur in Maharashtra. Planned as the country's largest nuclear station at 10,380 megawatts, Jaitapur alone will account for 10% of the final target capacity. SMRs capped at 300 megawatts capacity each are being slated as enablers for rapid scalability, flexible deployment, and private entry into the nuclear power sector. India's indigenous design in this domain is the 220 megawatts Bharat Small Reactor. The government has allocated 20,000 crores in Budget 25 for SMR research and innovation, while simultaneously preparing amendments to the Atomic Energy Act of 1962 and Civil Liability for Nuclear Damage Act of 2010 to enable private sector participation. Indian Air Force has moved to acquire 400 inflatable decoys that mimic the visual radar and thermal signatures of fighter aircrafts and advanced air defense systems, including the S-400 Triumph batteries. The procurement represents a deliberate expansion of India's camouflage, concealment, and deception doctrine, aiming to complicate adversary targeting cycles and dilute strike effectiveness against high-value assets. These decoys, produced from specialized materials, are designed to withstand varied climatic conditions and be rapidly deployable in operational theaters. Once inflated, they convincingly replicate the radar cross section and infrared heat signatures of real platforms, ensuring that hostile reconnaissance and strike aircrafts cannot easily differentiate between genuine targets and decoys. Now, the global news. Finnish defense communications specialist Bittium unveiled the full operational capability of its next generation tactical communication systems, offering NATO and allied forces a battlefield ready solution for digitized multi domain operations. Designed to meet the demands of real time situational awareness, sensor to shooter integration, and resilient command and control, BTM's modular suite, anchored by its software defined radios and tactical wireless IP network, delivers seamless high data rate connectivity across the modern combat environment. The company's fully IP based architecture now forms the digital backbone of Finland's armed forces and is gaining interest among NATO partners seeking sovereign, interoperable alternatives to legacy systems. Denmark has selected the Franco Italian SAMP-T surface to air defense missile system as its new long range air defense capability developed by the European consortium Eurosam, which pairs MBDA's Aster 30 interceptor with Thales radar technology. The decision represents one of the most consequential procurement choices in Denmark's modern defense history and signals a European pivot towards greater strategic autonomy in air and missile defense. Developed by Eurosam, the SAMP-T system integrates MBDA's Aster 30 interceptor with Thales's 360-degree radar, offering robust protection against aircraft, cruise missiles, and short-range ballistic threats. This decision follows Denmark's formal request for a Patriot package worth $8.5 billion, which included advanced interceptors and integration with the U.S. Army's IBC's network. With a total budget of 9.1 billion, Denmark plans to acquire 8 medium and long-range systems including 2 SAMP-T batteries. This makes Denmark the first EU export customer for SAMP-T, joining France and Italy as operators and diverging from the 7 EU nations that currently field Patriot systems. The choice also reflects a growing European sentiment favoring strategic autonomy, reduced dependence on US suppliers, and support for the continent's defense industrial base. Australia will spend an initial $8 billion to upgrade shipyard facilities for a future fleet of nuclear powered submarines. The investment is to be spent over a decade to transform a shipbuilding and maintenance precinct in Perth in Western Australia. The government is plowing money into Perth's Henderson Defence Precinct after signing the 2021 AUKUS Pact with Britain and the United States to arm its navy with nuclear powered submarines. The shipyard development is part of a major military restructure to improve Australia's long range strike capabilities in the face of China's expanding military strength across the Pacific. Australia, which has no infrastructure to service nuclear powered submarines, aims to acquire at least 3 US Virginia class submarines within 15 years and eventually to manufacture its own submarines. Lockheed Martin's Skunk Works and the rapid prototyping offshoot of UK manufacturer BAE Systems, the Falcon Works, have launched a new partnership to jointly design and develop a family of autonomous uncrewed air systems, beginning with a platform equipped with electronic attack capabilities. Those capabilities will enable the aircraft to support suppression of enemy air defense operations, drawing on both organizations' rapid design, prototyping, and advanced manufacturing expertise. The collaboration will focus on producing a cost effective and easily deployable system with multiple launch options. It will initially focus on delivering an electronic warfare and attack capability that would deliver disruptive capabilities and could complement and enhance the survivability of current crewed combat aircrafts. Thales has secured its first export contract for land-based high-frequency XL radio systems with Malaysian partner Advanced Defence Systems. The deal covers the delivery of more than 100 vehicle-mounted HF-XL TRC 3900 stations, including radios, amplifiers, and antennas. The new HF-XL systems are designed to provide resilient, high data rate communications, enhancing Malaysia's defense capabilities in both urban and remote environments. Thales has been a key supplier to the Malaysian Army for over 25 years, delivering more than 10,000 radios during this period. ICEYE, the global leader in synthetic aperture radar SAR satellite operations, announced the commercial availability of its fourth generation Gen 4 satellites. The latest generation delivers the world's highest fidelity commercial SAR imagery up to 16 centimeters resolution, extends the high resolution field of regard to 400 kilometers, and enables more images per orbital pass for faster coverage of priority areas of interest. With this significant increase in coverage and optimized design, Gen 4 is built for large-scale deployment and operations in large constellations. Its higher imaging throughput increases the per pass image count, making sub 15-minute revisit performance more accessible. For defense and intelligence teams, this means faster and more reliable situational awareness and greater confidence in mission critical decisions. Each Gen 4 satellite can capture up to 500 images per day, with up to half concentrated within a 2,000 kilometer wide region per orbit. Imaging and downlink can occur simultaneously at up to 700 Mbps, enabling tasking, acquisition, and delivery within the same pass for near real-time monitoring. A larger and more powerful antenna delivers a stronger signal and sharper detail. This advancement is a key feature of the new Gen 4 satellite, which expands high resolution imaging coverage by 250%, that is, from 150 kilometers to 400 kilometers. This allows a single satellite to monitor a vast area of interest, such as an entire naval task force or a major land border crossing in a single pass, while accelerating revisits over time sensitive targets. The result is improved image quality, providing sharper insights and higher confidence. This enhanced imagery further improves ICEYE's detect and classify product, which combines its high resolution SAR imagery with advanced artificial intelligence to automatically detect and classify vessels, aircrafts, and vehicles with better than 90% accuracy. That's the news for today. We hope you have enjoyed the news. Please do subscribe to our channel and do give us your feedback. Thank you. Have a great week ahead.